What's up, Canuck fans? Welcome to the Line Change, a Vancouver Canucks podcast, which is a proud presentation of DraftKings Sportsbook, as well as a proud member of the Hockey Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the network for your favorite podcast covering your favorite team at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com, the home of hockey podcasts, every team, everywhere. Now, when it comes to the Canucks, it seems like everything is about trade rumors right about now, which makes sense. We are, after all, in late January now, about 30 or so games left in the season, and we are, of course, rapidly approaching not just the Olympic break, roster freeze, but also the trade deadline, as it's going to be here before you know it, and teams are likely to be scrambling to make some trades. Well, you can cross off one particular Vancouver Canuck off that will he be traded list or he's available list, whichever one, that player, Filip Hronek. I know his name has been in trade rumors and discussions as of late. We recently mentioned how teams have been calling the Canucks about Hronek in a recent video. Well, Hronek'S agent, Allan Walsh, has put those rumors and trade discussions to rest. He's nipped it in the bud, if you will. Walsh went onto his own podcast, Agent Provocateur, along with STPN's Adam Wild, and basically denounced the rumors and the speculation that Hronek would be moving anytime soon. Let's go ahead and check it out. As the Vancouver Canucks continue to navigate the trajectory of their rebuild, speculation surrounding who will stay and who could be moved ahead of the NHL trade deadline has been unavoidable. According to NHL player agent Allan Walsh, however, his client Filip Hronek can be firmly crossed off the list of potential trade pieces. Walsh addressed this situation publicly on Friday during his podcast, Agent Provocateur. Talking about Filip Hronek being traded is wasted air. Walsh said, "I'm not going to divulge directly my conversations with management, but let's just say there's an understanding that Filip Hronek is going to be a part of the solution going forward in Vancouver and not someone that they're going to be looking to move." So there you see the exact quote from the STPN X account. Filip Hronek is going to be a part of the solution going forward. I highly recommend listening to the podcast on X or YouTube, wherever you would like to listen to it. I highly recommend listening to it and just hearing Allan Walsh just talk about it. It's very interesting. That sentiment appears to be shared by both the Canucks organization and Hronek, with Walsh noting that the two sides are aligned on Hronek's role in the club's future. Both sides are basically saying we're really happy with each other and we really like the role Hronek is playing, and the player is satisfied with the role he is playing, Walsh explained. While the Canucks' struggles continue, recently snapping an 11-game skid, Hronek's competitiveness is a major factor in why Vancouver views him as part of its long-term plan. His 4 goals and 29 points are good for second in the Canucks scoring race, just one behind forward Elias Pettersson. Obviously, Filip is not happy when Vancouver loses, because there is no more competitive guy who hates losing than him, Walsh said, adding that Hronek understands where the team is in its competitive cycle. At 28 years old and with a young core of defensemen already seeing NHL minutes in Tom Wielander, Zeev Buium, and Elias Pettersson, DPD, Vancouver values Hronek's experience and leadership in the locker room that has only increased since the trade of his longtime defense partner, Quinn Hughes. He isn't available and he isn't going anywhere, as Walsh put it. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Secondly, anybody talking about Hronek available, trade this, that, wasted air. So there's the article that talks about that. Let me just remove this here. And now, before we continue, and before I give my own personal thoughts on this, I want to thank my main and primary sponsor, none other than DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Never experienced the jaw-dropping moments that make hockey? hockey? Well, you can experience them all with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN, that's code THPN, to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-9777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through per wager may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. Copyright NHL 2025, all rights reserved. I'd like to thank my secondary sponsor, none other than Gassy Jack Art, maker of this amazing artwork you see right here in front of you. And you guys can check them out yourselves at GassyJackArt.com. So, looking at this, it's interesting the wording that Allan Walsh uses to denounce these rumors and speculation, essentially saying that thinking or even talking about Hronek moving or being moved is a giant waste of time. And it's just not going to happen. That teams should just not even bother the Canucks asking or inquiring about Hronek's services at this point. Makes you wonder, though, are the Canucks saying the same thing when teams are calling? I know it said in the article that the two sides, are on the same page. They both feel as though Hronek is a part of the future for the Vancouver Canucks, but still makes you wonder, though, are they hanging up the phone when teams are calling about Hronek, or are they still listening to offers from other teams on Filip Hronek? Who knows? Maybe we'll hear something soon from the team or even maybe other teams, but I do find it interesting how the Canucks aren't just saying no. I mean, we haven't heard that the Canucks have outright said no when it comes to Filip Hronek. I do know that there are some teams that have inquired about Filip Hronek, teams like the New York Islanders, the Ottawa Senators. He's been rumored to be, there's some speculation there, discussion there with the Ottawa Senators. The Toronto Maple Leafs are apparently really high on Filip Hronek and really want him for their blue line. So it makes you wonder if the Canucks have, had those teams reach out to them and whether or not the Canucks have just flat out said no. It's kind of the opposite of what J.P. Barry, the agent of Elias Pettersson, said. Yes, Barry denounced the rumors too, but not to the extent that Allan Walsh has shut down the rumors about Hronek. Barry left the door open with his wording, while Walsh, he basically slammed the door completely shut on those trade rumors. Is there something that we're not privy to when it comes to the Canucks and Hronek? Remember, they put out that video or highlight package, whatever you want to call it, about Hronek, where the players had nothing but praise for Hronek. Now he has emerged as a locker room leader. Granted, I will admit it was actually a really awesome video, and I actually quite enjoyed it. But the timing of it, you can't help but wonder about it. Could they possibly be grooming him to be the next captain of the Canucks? I know people have been speculating about Hronek being an option as the next captain. You got to admit, a little poetic that the Canucks would go from potentially Hughes to Hronek, considering their relationship over the last few years playing together. I know some people have been like, well, Hronek's not much of a talker. He's not a big media guy. He doesn't like the media. And that comes with being the captain. You have to address and speak to the media. You're in the limelight, speaking for your team and your teammates. Of course, we've seen Hronek speak a little bit more than usual recently, so maybe they are in fact grooming him to succeed Quinn Hughes as captain, and maybe that's why his agent has completely shut down these trade rumors and said that Hronek is part of the solution going forward in Vancouver. Perhaps that was maybe a little hint to him potentially being the next captain. But I want you guys to sound off in the comments down below. Do you guys think Hronek will be the next captain of the Canucks? Do you think that the Canucks are grooming him to be so? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Quick shout out and thank you to my sponsors once again, DraftKings and Gassy Jack Art. And if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. Also, if you want to get some TLC line change merch, we have our official merchandise store. We are actually currently selling our 1-year anniversary collection as we are rapidly approaching our 1-year anniversary towards the end of February. And it has a completely redesigned logo in both blue and green, as well as our skate version of the logo. And even I have to admit, those black hoodies with the skate logo on it look absolutely fire, as do the white ones on your screen there. But you guys can check it out at thelinechangepodcast.threadless.com. We do have some sales going on, so definitely check those out as well. Also, if you want to have more discussions, conversations such as this one, join our official Discord. There is a link to it in the description down below. It's completely free to join, so feel free to do that as well. Also, you can find and interact with us on social media. We're everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, even Blue Sky. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. Speaking of platforms, if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us on either platform. It is, of course, greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the podcast. Something else that really helps out the podcast, too, if you have a favorite episode that you just can't get enough of and you just want to watch over and over again or even show to your friends, feel free to download your favorite episode. That, too, also really helps out the podcast. And, of course, we are very greatly appreciative of you doing so as well. That's going to do it for me, though. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And as always, go Canucks, go.